My name is Farhiya Budul, and I am the city's East African Engagement Specialist with the Neighborhood and Community Relations. Welcome to today's City of Minneapolis celebration in recognition of Immigrant Heritage Month, World Refugee Day, the 10-year anniversary of DACA, and Caribbean American Heritage Month. We have so much in store for you all today, and we're glad that you are here. There are several meat and meatless veggie option foods from Juba Grill in the back, Manny's Tortillas, and You Garden Restaurant. Please grab something to eat, and our program is going to start right now, and we're going to welcome all of you. So I want to just say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all of you. We're grateful, and today is the 10-year anniversary of Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. And this month we're really happy to just bring this celebration hosted by OIRA, which is the Office of Refugee Affairs. So can we please get a round of applause for Michelle Rivero for putting this event together. Thank you so much, Michelle. And we have a few speakers for you today. To open our event, I would like to welcome artist Ifrah Mansour. Ifrah is a Somali refugee, Black Muslim multimedia artist and an educator based in Minnesota. Her artwork explores trauma through the eyes of children to uncover the resilience of Black, Muslim, and refugees. She interweaves poetry, puppetry, films, and installations. She has been featured in Middle East Eye, BBC, Vice, OK Africa, Star Tribune, and City Pages. Her critically acclaimed How to Have Fun in a Civil War premiered at Guthrie Theater and toured to greater cities in Minnesota. Her first National Museum expedition, Can I Touch It, premiered in Minneapolis Institute of Arts. Her visual poem, I Am Refugee, is part of BBC's Short Film Festival. My Akhal and Band Blessed, premiered at Queens Museum in New York. You can learn more about Ifrah and her Facebook and social media outlets. Please welcome Ifrah Mansour. Thank you.
I see some beautiful favorite faces. I see the power of Ma'wis. I see you. Okay. To be human is to be stubborn, is to be abundant. To be human is to abundantly dream. Should we dream together? I think we should dream together. Okay. To dream, you'll need your hands. Yeah, we're gonna dream together right now. Let's dream together right now. Okay. I'd like you to embrace your hands in ways you haven't embraced before. Touch it places you haven't touched before. I'd like you to think about all of the generosity, abundance, gratitude that your hands have been responsible for. Those that have nourished you, brought you to this very moment. The hands, the spirits, the beings that build this building. The hands, the beings, the creatures that still continue to bless the state we live in, this world that we all got to share. I want you to dream abundantly. Where do you need abundance today? Where do those that you care about and love and see, where do they need abundance? Where do they need joy? Where do they need resilience? Let's dream abundantly. Thank you so much for dreaming with me. I always finish it with the jazz hands. Let's do some jazz hands. All right. Every time I perform this poem, I look up the number and I try to change that number about. I'd like you to hold that abundantly dreaming that we've just done as we receive this poem. I am a refugee, a global citizen aching for 2 continents, 2 countries, 2 histories, 2 nations, yet abandoned by all. I am a refugee and I shelter humanity. I walked and ran and screamed miles on end to find peace before I could pronounce my own name. I come with too many invisible treasures, often misunderstood, feared by all, banned by politics, never belonging and always longing. I am a refugee and I anchor humanity. A childhood full of humanity's lowest moments. I carry tiny, soulless traumas. Time will only harden my flesh, yet my humanity is in the hands of a child. Apologies. Do I need to put on my glasses to see these words? A childhood full of humanity's lowest moments. I carry tiny, soulless traumas. Time will only harden my flesh. Yet my survival is a testimony to humanity's depth and compassion. My traumas can teach the greatest lessons on humanity. I am a refugee and I uplift humanity. I am a refugee, a globally homeless. Yet my language is an international bridge. My culture is a blanket from the enemy of bigotry. My religion is my pillow for my compassion. My history is a lullaby for tales not to be repeated. My humanity is in the hands of a child sitting in a refugee camp, still waiting for a chance to find a safe home. I am a refugee and I challenge humanity. I am a refugee, a globally villainized. Yet I bring you a spice of the world of my own home right here in your backyard. I bring you food so intricately spiced it revolutionized your palate. I bring you my vibrant fabrics, hand-woven with ancient, delicate wisdom that has diversified your closed-minded color wheels. I bring you my children, my precious only children, to share a history, a future with you. You and I are stuck together to be this far apart. I am a refugee and I still challenge humanity. I am a refugee, a stubborn survivor. You see, cruelty tried to break me. Wars tried to erase me. Bigotry tried to silence me. And politics tried to ban me. But still like time, I stand. Still like dust, I rise. Still like hope, I move. And still like love, I flourish. I am a refugee and I heal humanity. I am a refugee. 68.5 million souls. A wandering, colorful, restless, foreign, alien souls. Won't you just let us find our humanity right here next to you? Gratitude. I leave you with abundance and the power to dream abundance.
Thank you so much, Ifra. I don't know if you know Ifra, but she is a Bush Fellow this year, in addition to many other accomplishments. So just an amazing person. Thank you for opening us up today. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mayor Jacob Fry to join us. Thank you, Mayor Fry.
Thank you, Michelle Rivero, for all of your exceptional work for this day. And can we give a huge round of applause to Ifra Mansour? That was incredible, was it not? To leave us with abundance, as she said, to hear the power in her voice and the hands, some of the most extraordinary and elegant lines and hands that I've ever seen. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So, welcome to what is a celebration of a number of different assets. It's a celebration of Immigrant Heritage Month, of World Refugee Day, of the 10-year anniversary of DACA and Caribbean American Heritage Month. What this collectively represents is extraordinary pieces of humanity that make our city what it should be. And the most important thing about today is we're not just celebrating a holiday or a week of devotion, we're celebrating people. Extraordinary people in our city that make this enterprise, that make service better. Employees of the city of Minneapolis, and that's including MAPE, M-A-P-E, that's including SOMOS, employee resource groups and city department staff in reg services, in civil rights, in health, in NCR, including the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs, and of course the Youth Coordinating Board. It includes some extraordinary people doing extraordinary work. As soon as I start calling out some, I'm probably going to miss others, and so my deepest apologies if I do, but Malaysia Abdi and Anne de Groot, Mariano Espinoza and Nareen Sihavang, Farhia Badul and Michael Yang, Ahmed Abdi, Jessica Stone, Justo Garcia, Hamdia Abdullahi, urban scholars, Gabrielle Spinks and Nam Nguyen. And thank you so much to artists and performers that are here today, to Ifra Mansour, to Nam Nguyen and his family, and to Sir Azizi, to Afro Contigbo, who are contributing their efforts. And thank you also to council members that I believe are here with us as well. Council member Jamal Osman, I see. Give him a round of applause. Mahat Senate. Council member Jason Chavez in the back. Jason Chavez, gracias. Are there other council members that I've missed? Oh, Aisha Shugtai, council member Aisha Shugtai. I don't see her, but thank you. Oh, there you go, thank you. Miss any others? All right. It's the most dangerous part, by the way, of any speech that you give. To the staff of Hennepin County, the Office of Multicultural Services for really critical support. For the food, you can't do anything without the food. And to our food vendors, Manny's Tortas, the U Garden, and Juba Grill. And to the National Hmong 18 Council Director, Sia Lowe, and to our DACA beneficiary whose story will also be shared today. Thank you so much. Thank you for making Minneapolis a welcoming city. It is so important to come here recognizing that this is always and every day right now is an opportunity to do better before. It's an opportunity to recognize a society that does not have borders in the traditional format. It's to recognize a society that is welcoming to refugees and immigrants regardless of the background and situation. It's recognizing that we in Minneapolis are better when we operate from the collective and we recognize the full cornucopia of beauty that we have from places around the world. By the way, the immigrant refugee population composes about 15% of our city. And it is critical to our success. It is critical to our vibrancy. It's critical to what we do in terms of this recovery right now. It's a pathway to secure immigration status, which is what we're working towards, regardless of where you come from. That is a human right. That is a human right. And it moves and is far more important than any green card, than any passport. It's the ability for people to be with their loved ones. It's the ability of people to move to find work. And by the way, if any of you have been paying attention, right now we have an economy right now where we are in great need of workers. We are in great need of people, skilled, talented, incredible labor to fill some of the shortages that we have. And so this makes every sense in the world to recognize every bit of talent that we have here in our city on the table. This means recognizing every single bit of talent that we have and could bring into the city of Minneapolis to fill some of these vacancies. This is not just the moral thing to do. It is the moral thing to do, but it is also the financially and economic intelligent thing to do for everyone in our city. And Minneapolis has a partner with St. Paul and the regional chambers as well, and a group of stakeholders in launching a report. You may have heard about this. It's a report on immigrant and refugee inclusion strategies called The Journey to Belonging in the Twin Cities. And so if you get a chance, please take time to pick up that report, because it highlights a number of the conclusions that I've arrived at today, but it gives you far more detail in sussing out why. Why is those so critical to our city? So we can do more, we will do more, and we recognize that to foster this sense of community resources, there must be that ongoing and dedicated mission and cause. And so challenge us, and I know that you have. I also invite you to join the conversation and participate in welcoming efforts to promoting immigrant and refugee inclusion as well. Make sure you contact Michelle Rivera in the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs, and I just want to thank all of you. Service is honorable. The work that you do is honorable. The communities that you represent and work with, there is honor in that work. We would not be the city that we are without you. And we will not be the city that we want to be if you're not part of the mission and with us at the table. It's an honor to partner with all of you. Let's keep the mission going. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mayor Fry. And I just want to say this has been a wonderful effort on the part of so many people, and much gratitude to all the individuals without whom today would not be possible. Next, I would like to invite Council Member Jason Chavez from Ward 9. Councilmember Chavez.
Gracias, Director Rivero. Hello, hola, salam. Thank you everyone for this beautiful event and all the staff that made sure that this day was possible. My name is Jason Chavez, and I am proud to represent the 9th Ward on the Minneapolis City Council and the proud son of Mexican immigrants from Puebla, Mexico. I'm going to keep this short and say that today is a big day for our immigrant community, our refugees, our Caribbean American community, and our DACA community. Today is a day of celebration, but I would say that tomorrow is a day of hard work and dedication to support policies that impact the lives of our immigrant community. Because of the hard work of immigrants that oftentimes put their lives on the line, on the front, regardless of their immigration status, sometimes being forced to do things just to protect their lives, we are here today. I want to talk about a few things. We are celebrating today, but I know that my office is going to be working with Councilmember Chuck Tai to be hosting focus group sessions in July and August with organizers that are impacted by the lack of immigration policy both at the city, county, and state level to make sure that we can bring something back with our city staff and our immigrant neighbors and those impacted from immigration policies in our state and our country, so we can do something about it at the city council level here in Minneapolis. So we'll be reaching out to a lot of people, a lot of city staff that are really passionate about this work, a lot of our community members in community in Minneapolis to make sure we can do something to support everyone here in Minneapolis. Things like a DACA fund, that is really critical and could change the lives of a lot of our documented neighbors, making sure that we consider immigration status when we are arresting people to make sure that they don't get deported back to a country that they haven't been on for many years, and making sure we can expand our Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs are just simple things that we can do right now. We just have to do it right. So just want to say thank you all for being here. We can do a lot more. We can celebrate, and looking forward to working with our council, our city staff that has done a really great work to make this day possible so we can do some policy work here at the city council. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Chavez. Next, I would like to welcome Councilmember Aisha Chugtai from Ward 6. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for being here and for inviting me and celebrating this special day and special month. My name is Aisha Chugtai. I'm a renter from the Whittier neighborhood. I'm an organizer. I come to local government from the labor union and immigrants' rights movements. And for the last 5 months, I've had the honor of representing the 10th ward, which include the Whittier, Lowry Hill East, South Uptown, East Betty-McCoska, and East Harriet neighborhoods on the Minneapolis City Council. I am the proud daughter of Pakistani immigrants, and I come from a Muslim mixed status family. I grew up in the legacy of the post-9/11 war on terror, and my earliest memories are watching my neighbors' families torn apart by cruel deportations and living in the fear that our family was going to be the next one. I remember my first day of school when the only English I knew was, "Hi, my name is Aisha, and no pork, please." And I remember learning to speak English alongside my mother like so many other children of immigrants do. To be here and to celebrate with you is such an honor. I came into this work through the Driver's Licenses for All movement and the fight to push Governor Dayton to veto Real ID, which you may remember we lost. The thing is, immigrants and refugees are not valued in this community because of what we produce, because we are workers. The trope that we are your doctors and we are your teachers and your janitors and construction workers is an incredibly harmful and dangerous one. We should matter, and our children and our elders and everyone in between should matter because we are human beings and our humanity is precious and it is sacred. And over the years, our people have begged for our humanity, for legalization for all, to the federal government and seen no action, and then to the state and seen no action. So now cities have become the last line of defense for our communities. This looks like having strong transportation systems to get workers to where they need to go, and funding our small businesses to create vibrant cities, and worker protections that create dignity and respect in the workplace. To many immigrant communities in Minneapolis who add so much value to our city, I know that my colleagues and I, alongside other city decision makers and staff, can do so much more to ensure that our communities are thriving. There's a campaign building here in this city led by the Minnesota Immigrants' Rights Action Committee and so many other local organizations to better policies in the city so that they are more they're more pro-immigrant and allow us to live thriving and dignified lives. And I'm really excited to be partnering with them and with leaders within our city to pass some of these policies, including implementing our municipal ID program and allocating money to help DACA recipients with their application renewals or first-time recipients in getting through this process. And then also uplifting and honoring and expanding the work that Michelle leads in the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs. So I hope we're going to use this month to honor our ancestors and celebrate ourselves and our communities. I hope that we sustain ourselves for the future fights as we work toward immigrant justice. And I hope that we create long-lasting structures that protect and care for our communities so that our children's children can also thrive and live with dignity. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Chugtai. Next, I would like to welcome Councilmember Jamal Osman from Ward 10. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jamal Osman. I'm a Minneapolis council member in Ward 6. Thank you so much for Michelle and her team, and thank you city staff who have been part of this planning. I came to America when I was a teenager, having lived my entire life then in Somalia in a refugee camp. I was settled in St. Paul as a skinny kid from East Africa who wore tracksuits and was not ready for Minnesota and its winter. The life of a refugee is not easy. You are a stranger in a stranger land. My Hmong, Latino, Oromo friends know the experience. We are asked in many ways to become American throughout every possible way. The language, the culture, the law, and all of it's different. But with the persistence we have become Americans, I can go to see the riverside and see not just a reflection of my homeland, but also see America in action. From storefronts filling with Somali businesses to community leadership and responsibility on every front of my fellow East African immigrants and refugees are doing the things Americans do. Obviously, I'm one of this small part of the dream realized by having an elected representative in the city of Minneapolis. I know my colleague, Councilmember Chavez, can speak to this as well. When you speak the language of a community, they come to you first. That carries with extra weight and extra responsibility. But for me, it also means that I have the joy of seeing and knowing the success of my community, especially those ones that come in the face of adversity. Watching the accomplishment in my community and seeing the immigrants and refugee working to make the city enterprise success and that inspired me every day. For hundreds of years, immigrants and refugees have been the engine that have power, not just the state of Minnesota, but the entire country. I'm excited standing here as a representative of one of the newest waves of immigrants. I'm excited because we are ready to keep the civic, the economic, and the cultural engine of America going. Thank you all for your time, and thank you for all the immigrants and refugees in your commitment to what you do, to making your life better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Michael Yang. I'm the Southeast Asian Community Specialist with NCR. I have the honor to introduce my community elders and leaders to come to the podium and share his thoughts with us today. His father and my father, like my father, fought in the U.S. Secret War in Laos. They dedicated their life to saving American Dow pilots, rescuing American that were lost in Laos. I want to welcome, and please join me, welcome Mr. Cielo. He is a chairman of the National Hmong Organization that have supported the Hmong and all ethnic groups for coming together and working together. So Mr. Cielo from the Hmong community, please welcome him.
Thank you, Michael. Mayor Fry, council member, distinguished guests, community leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me to join Immigrant Day celebration with you today. On behalf of the Hmong community in the U.S. and here in Minnesota, I want to thank the leadership of Minneapolis and your leadership for putting this event together. Today, the Hmong community joins you in celebrating and recognizing the countless contribution and sacrifices that the immigrant community have made for America. America would not be the greatest country on earth without their contribution. Since the discovery of America, immigrants have been coming to this country to find refuge and dreams and freedom. Some came here by force, and others have been forced to join. But no matter how each one of us got here, all of us have become one big, beautiful American family. And as a family, we must remember to take care of each other. Together, we've been able to build the most powerful and successful country on earth. We have become the shining city on top of the hill that everyone can see around the world. Together, we've been able to support the first Hmong lady to ever win gold Olympic for the United States, Sunisa Lee. Together, we've been able to create the best golfer in the world, Tiger Woods. And together, we've been able to create the best scientists, Einstein. And the list goes on and on. The Hmong community, too, paid a heavy price to be free and to become a part of this American dream. We lost 30% of our population defending freedom and fighting for the American during the Vietnam War. The CIA spoke at General Vang Pao's funeral in California and called him the greatest American general. They said he was the best general in America because he fought the North Vietnamese communist regime to a standing still for 15 years with minimal support from the United States. Without the Hmong forces attacking and occupying the North Vietnamese forces, the United States would have lost more soldiers during that war. The Vietnam Memorial would have been twice as big. So the Hmong have already contributed to America's greatness, even though many do not know and before ever stepping into this country. Today, thousands of our men and women serve in the U.S. military and law enforcement. We will and intend to continue the tradition of defending freedom and serving America. Here in Minnesota, the Hmong workforces is one of the reasons why so many major pharmaceutical companies are thriving. Our children are becoming leaders of this country, and our foods are also becoming some of your favorites, Hmong egg rolls. Like all of you, we have arrived, who have arrived before or after we did. We know that you have also paid a heavy price to be free and to achieve the American dream. We simply want to be a part of the American fabric and your American family. So on behalf of the Hmong community in the US, on this Immigrant Recognition Day, we want to thank each immigrant groups for your contribution and sacrifices for America. For we pray that America will never forget your sacrifice and contribution. For without you, America would not be the greatest country she is today. For without you, America would not be able to maintain her greatness in this world. May God, the Creator, continues to remind the leadership of America, Minneapolis, and Minnesota to never forget the sacrifices and contribution of her immigrant community. May He bless each one of you, and may He bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Well, thank you everybody that took the time to come here and help us celebrate Immigrant Heritage Month. And also we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of DACA, the program who give the opportunity to many children that otherwise will be lost within our system because once they finish high school, they just didn't have any place to go. Today, I'm introducing Alejandra Campos, some of an immigrant too from Colombia, who's gonna read the essay of one of our DACA recipients, or her name is Jasmine Ontiveros, and she's just gonna give us a glimpse of what DACA has done for her. And this is her contribution. Unfortunately, Jasmine couldn't be with us today, but she just sent that writing. So I invite you, Alejandra, to come here.
Hello, welcome everybody for being here today. My name is Laura Alejandra Campos. As he mentioned, I'm an immigrant from Colombia. I'm very happy to be joining today. I have the honor of reading the statement by Jasmine Ontiveros on the celebration today of also the 10th year DACA anniversary. So, what's next? There's always that question on my mind. How does a dreamer move forward? After 10 years of living under deferred action for childhood arrivals, life has completely changed. I, Jasmine Ontiveros, will be celebrating my 34th birthday and the 10-year anniversary of DACA. As I approach this tremendous milestone, I reflect on my success and gratitude for deferred action. I find myself in a place of self-worth within my community, friends, family, and employers. DACA has allowed me to realize my potential and grow my work experience in a way I never thought would be possible. I work for a public school and find fulfillment in my work, in a sense, being able to give something back to immigrant families and the broader community. My living situation has changed dramatically over the last 10 years. I have moved out of living in a place of toxic environments, both mentally and physically. The ability to provide for myself has given me confidence to advance my goals. Back in June 2012, DACA gave me the biggest birthday present ever: safety. But this has not always been the case, and the internal fear of the unknown remains. My therapist once told me, until this immigration situation is complete, resolved, and out of your life, your depression will remain. How is that for an outlook? I reflect and think, how did I survive after 2017 and the years that followed? I think of my friends that have been left behind. They are now at an age where their children depend on them. What will be done for those that remain, and what will be done for those of us who are stuck without the next step? Now that I've made it this far, how do I give myself reassurance that I and so many others will remain safe? I am thankful and grateful for the friends and community that have helped me throughout my dreamer experience. DACA has affected my entire existence, as well as the lives of people around me. I wait in anticipation for the next move. I give my thanks and appreciation to all those voices and folks who keep fighting for the dreamer future. These last 10 years would not have been possible without your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone who's spoken today. Really appreciate you all. And now I just wanted to share that we're reaching the next part of the program today, which is performances. The first group is Afro Contigbo, which is a dance company, and the CEO of Afro Contigbo is Korma Agu Stuckmeyer, a Nigerian-born artist who grew up enjoying dancing and entertaining others. In addition to Afro Contigbo, we also have Nam Nguyen, a City of Minneapolis employee and the head instructor of Nguyen School of Taekwondo. And then also we have Mr. Azizi, Spir Azizi, who's an Afghan performer. So hope you can stick around. Appreciate you being here today. And thank you so much. Just want to give a round of applause for all of our speakers. for the first part of the program today. Really appreciate you. Chico. Woohoo! That was wonderful. Thank you very much. I would like to invite our next performer, who is Nam Nguyen. He is the City of Minneapolis employee and the head instructor of Nguyen School of Taekwondo. Nam has over 35 years of martial arts experience, including Aikido, Judo, Karate, Northern Shaolin, Kung Fu, Taekwondo, and weaponry. Nam, if you'd like to come up and introduce the people who will be working with you today, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Hello, everyone. My name is Nam Nguyen. We're honored to be here to celebrate today's festivities. This is my brother, An. This is my son, Joshua. I've been here with the City of Minneapolis for 6 years. Today, we'd like to perform martial arts. We've been teaching martial arts for over 25 years. Today, we're going to perform Taekwondo. Taekwondo is a Korean martial art. Literally translated, it's the art of kicking and punching, or the way of the hand and foot. In Taekwondo, we develop students to have sound minds and bodies, teaching them self-confidence, discipline, determination, respect, all of which are important traits that they carry in from their Taekwondo career all the way into their personal life, from family to work and so forth. So we like to demonstrate Taekwondo. Thank you very much. One steps is an offensive thunder, we'll throw a sequence of kick and punches. Okay, Joshua? Come in!
Thank you so much, Nam, An, and Joshua. I thought the Father of Waters statue was in danger for a minute, so yeah, thank you for giving a safe but dangerous looking performance. And our last performer of the day is Sir Azizi. And Sir was born in Kabul, Afghanistan. He spent his childhood in Kabul and his teenage life in Canada. He attended music college in Toronto and moved to Minneapolis about 10 years ago. We're very fortunate to have Cyr with us today. He's received awards including from the Afghan Youth Organization at the University of Toronto, the Afghan Association of Ontario, and the Afghan General Consulate of Toronto. He's a very famous musician, and we're very fortunate to have Cyr and his group here today. So thank you.
Thank you, dear. Likewise. So honored to be here, guys. Thank you all so much. As you
Come
guys
here to the center.
When we came, we didn't have time to do any sound check. So whatever it is, I hope it's going to be nice. So everybody can come close to the stage. I want to see some hands up. Zor Thank you guys. Love you all so much. Thank you guys. At the beginning, I was very nervous. I was like, I didn't have time to do any sound check. I hope it's gonna be good. Either you guys are a great audience or the sound is good. The music is good, guys? You guys are loving it? All right, then we're both good. Thank you very much. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Appreciate it. And great thanks to Mayor and all the rest of the people contributing to this great cause. And the newcomers, the Afghans, we welcome them. Sorry it's a little late, but thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And Marina John, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And also for Rachel and Milon, please give a big round of applause. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you everybody that came. We got a lot of folks who already had to go back, but we really appreciate everything that Michelle put together and all the rest of the team. But this is a great, great celebration, and thank you to the artists. Really is. Appreciate you.